in general, proudest is just that I can make a living off of doing what I love. Yeah, that's I think, there's not one particular moment, but it's just in general. Sometimes when you go home and you're like making dinner and it kind of hits you and you're like, oh, holy shit. I'm like, this is what I wanted to do when I was a kid and I'm doing it.
How did you learn how to do animation? Like, did you go, is that something you did at TAFE, like graphic design, or did you just self-teach?
Taught myself.
Yeah, right. Like at home? Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
I find I'm pretty, once I want to learn something, I'm pretty good at teaching myself how to do it.
Yeah.
It was like a lot of tutorials, a lot of reading, a lot of just doing.
Thank God for YouTube.
Dude, right?
What a different era.
Dude, it's game changing. I think that in my head I thought that I organized it really well and prepared for it really well, but I didn't. I think I would have changed a lot of things.
Hey guys, so today I'm sitting down with Elsa, one of our incredibly talented tattoo artists here at Black Wolf. Now, Elsa has a fine arts degree and a background in everything from animation to editorial illustration. And now she's creating some of the most detailed, unique tattoos with her deep creative heart. Her journey has some surprising turns and some real talk, so I'm really excited to dive into this one. All right, Els.
Yes.
Now, can you walk us through your creative background and what got you started in the art world before tattooing and all that stuff?
Probably won't go chronological because I can't remember it. But yeah, basically always been into art. Took art seriously after high school. Went and did a fine arts degree in Sydney, which was long. I think it was worth it. I don't know. It was good.
It was definitely worth it in terms of where you're at now.
It was it was good. It was good. And then from there I spent probably a decade in Sydney doing various creative things in different industries, which was so good because you get to kind of have a taste of like everything, and more than knowing what you like to do, you quickly learn what you don't like to do, which I think is very, very important.
Were you super arty in school?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you go to year 12?
Yeah.
Yeah. And did them as your electives and everything like that?
Everything, yeah.
So you knew straight out of high school, you knew that's what you were going to keep going.
I was like one of those kids in like year 5 and 6 where, other kids pay you to do a drawing because it's like you're the drawer.
They weren't doing that at my schools. What?
It was
Paying
legit.
you?
Yeah, 50 cents a drawing.
Mad. What were you drawing?
So good. Usually portraits of them, or everyone would just want a picture of themselves as like a superhero or doing something like funny, like fighting on a teacher or something.
Yes. Do you have any copies of any of these?
My mum probably does,
We have to find these.
Yeah.
Yes, we definitely need to ask your mum to send these in. Yes.
I don't think they were very good, but they got me a lot of like chopper chops and stuff. So it was worth it. It was good.
And then when you left school, where did you go? So you did your fine arts degree. And then when did you start doing animation and all that sort of stuff?
Animation came a little bit later. Straight from uni, I started doing like fine arts, like exhibiting my own personal artwork. And then from there got picked up by a few different agencies, not to be represented by, but to kind of get me out into different industries. So I started doing like editorial illustration, which was illustrating for magazines on a regular basis, like Penthouse and stuff.
So what were you doing?
I was drawing. Okay, so editorial illustration is basically you get given a story from a magazine and you have to come up with an allegorical illustration that tells the entire like article in a picture.
Yeah. Right.
Which was really fun because like my favorite thing really ever is allegorical art. Like art that tells a story and has different like hidden meanings and symbols, and so it was cool. And to get paid for it was fun.
Yeah. What magazines did you do it for?
Mostly Penthouse Australia, which was fun because the articles were always pretty unusual.
Yeah.
A lot of like drug related ones or like
tell me a standout
crime. One I had to the brief was an article about crime in Western Sydney, but the brief was I had to create like a GTA style illustration, but for Western Sydney, which was really fun because I especially like working my own art into existing
Stuff.
styles and stuff. I like being malleable and things like that. That one was really fun. I also had to illustrate a lot of dildos for them, which was fun and cool. And from there, I got actually hired to make like animated GIFs for a company in the US that was like I think they said they were in between Tinder and something else, but they had little animated GIFs of like dildos or like
Hectic.
cats and stuff.
How old were you when you were doing all that?
Like 24 to 28-ish. Those are the ones that I'd probably say that I was professionally doing it. Before then, it was a lot of freelance and kind of just doing it without really having the knowledge of what I was doing and just giving it a red hot go. Yeah. And hopefully it worked out.
Wow.
Which mostly it did. So I was happy with that.
Now, when you say GIF, you mean the GIF?
Yeah,
GIF.
the GIF one.
Yeah. But like, I didn't even know. Yeah, I didn't know you did all those things.
Oh, dude, I make so many GIFs. I know it's GIF, but
I don't know. Yeah, whatever. And do you have copies of these? Do you have these?
Yeah.
Yes.
This is like, I don't know if it's
I want to see these.
humble braggy or not, but I'm on. So it's happened a few times where so I make GIFs for Jiffy as well. So like the one that you use on Facebook or Instagram. And it's happened a few times where you know how you search for a GIF on there and it gives you a few options, where I've seen like artists who I like, or even it happened with Lindsay once where she posted like a post and had a GIF with it. And I'm like, I made that. I made that one. Yeah. It was really cool.
Wow.
It was cool. And
yes, we have to find these and share these. Yes.
There's a few on there.
So amongst all those, there's definitely heaps of other jobs, but you have a pretty epic resume. So amongst all those, what would be some milestones or the best jobs out of all that you've taken on, do you reckon?
I don't know about best, but the ones that stand out the most are, ones that are usually a bit on the weirder spectrum. I was a life model for a long time, as well as like teaching life drawing, but life modeling is super fun. I got chosen to be the life model for an event at Parliament House.
Yeah,
like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
It was really fun. It was really, odd and weird because it was, me life modeling and then everyone in Parliament wearing suits.
So that's what I was going to ask. Was it
like
the people in Parliament doing it?
Yeah. It was an event. I'm not sure. I can't remember what the event was, but it was an event put on at Parliament House in Sydney, or like the Parliament branch of whatever house in Sydney. So it was, a lot of suits, a lot of big
What'd you have to do?
and stuff. I had to pose, and for some reason the theme was 50s, so I had to be positions and
50s.
shapes
what
that
are
kind
positions
of
50s?
It's a little bit like
housewifey?
Yeah, a little bit. It was like elegant and like quaint and like subdued and soft, so no like sharp limbs or anything. It had to be really flowy and gentle and sweet and soft. Yeah. And and I did it through TAFE, I think. One of the teachers at TAFE hires me for his classes. So he was putting it on. And he had a lot of like costume elements and accessories made by other TAFE students that fit the brief as well. So I had this beautiful 50s like gown, one of those, I don't know what it's called, but the short little ones that
puffy.
That frill out. I had like handmade shoes with these like almost Tinkerbell type puffy things on the end. I had like earrings and someone did my hair and it was crazy.
How fun.
It was really
was
cute.
there many other people doing it? Like, was there a group of you doing that?
No, it was just me.
Hectic, just walking into the room dressed up.
Just me. Like it seemed like there were a few different creative industries there showcasing. Again, I can't remember what the actual event was for some reason. But there was someone doing like a musical performance. There was someone doing weaving. There was someone, I don't really know what they were doing, something with pipes.
Yeah, right.
It was cool.
What an interesting event. Like maybe it was like times of like something to do with overtime or something.
Yeah, like to get in, you had to have like bag check and a full like metal detector, and there were so many guards. It was fun. Great view. Really nice.
And what about Disney? So you've worked with Disney. So what did you do for Disney?
I did a lot of their animating for like upcoming events and shows and movies and releases. So a lot of mostly Star Wars stuff. I'm so bad with Star Wars still. I shouldn't be.
Don't know any of that.
Good.
I feel like the boys watch it anytime that it's a nighttime that we can't think of something, the boys are all like, always like, let's watch Star Wars. Still don't think I've actually focused and watched it.
I wish I
Like,
liked it for them.
I feel like it's one of those ones I'm like, I don't actually like Star Wars. I don't want to watch it. But I don't think I've actually ever watched it.
Yeah.
And that's when people are always like, you've never seen Star Wars. I don't think I've ever sat and watched it at all, but it's always been on in the background. Like the boys obsess over it and watch it.
See,
It's
sometimes
Ollie's favourite.
I regret bringing it up because then people are like, oh my God, you must
How
love it. And
don't
like,
you?
what do you
Yeah.
think about this happening in the
Yeah.
cinematic universe of it? And I'm like,
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm so sorry.
What did you have to, like, what did you do?
So basically, I was a team of one,
Mm-hmm.
and I had to create short form animations specific to a brief, basically announcing the upcoming release of Disney creations.
Right.
So for Rogue One and for the one where the guy's in the helmet and it's Pedro.
I'll believe
That
ya.
one.
We'll just have to find these. I'm
That
sure you've
one.
got these. Do you have
Yeah.
these?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, we'll get them. We'll have a look at
Yeah.
them and we'll figure it out.
Yeah, so it was
Yeah.
almost like I'd say like 2-minute animated illustrations, like explaining what was coming out and when and why.
How did you get it? How did you get that job?
I got that through a producer at Junkie who knew my work when I used to do storyboarding
Mm-hmm.
for them and for him. So I used to do storyboarding for companies through Junkie, like Amex and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
where we then did like little almost like storyboarded animations for them. And then he got this big kind of brief and was like, I need an animator, and had worked with me
Yeah.
before and knew that I could do it. And then was like, do you want to do that? I was
Yeah.
like, absolutely.
How did you learn how to do animation? Like, did you go, is that something you did at TAFE, like graphic design, or did you just
I just
self-teach?
taught myself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Like at home or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I find I'm pretty, once I want to learn something, I'm pretty good at teaching myself how to do it.
Yeah.
It was like a lot of tutorials, a lot of reading, a lot of just doing.
Thank God for YouTube.
Dude, right?
What a different
There's-
era.
Dude, it's game changing.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, you just learn everything on that.
Yeah. And then a lot of it was when I first started doing it and started getting paid for it, I was still in the point where I'd have to do it and then I'd come to a roadblock and be like, oh shit, I haven't taught myself how to do that bit yet. And I'd have to kind of double back and teach myself and then go in and fix it and fill in the gaps.
Yeah.
But it was good because I think learning on the go and also under a little bit of pressure
Yeah.
was really helpful.
Yeah.
And I definitely am not the best in the world, but I think I'm very adequate at it and can create things to fit a brief.
I feel like if you're learning under pressure, you got no choice but to do it. So you figure it out pretty quickly.
Yeah, dude. I always think when it comes to creativity, having like a few little constraints makes things so much easier than having just a big open-ended thing.
Yeah.
It's like instead of just giving you a blank piece of paper and saying, make whatever you want, that to me is terrifying.
Yeah.
I need like some constraints. I need some rules.
It's sort of like you kind of think like this will be out of the edit, but it's kind of crazy that you think that these people are so experienced. Like, I mean, you are so experienced, but I just mean like you think these people are so experienced, but really they're just getting hired and you're like, yeah, I'll give it a go. You know what I mean?
It was very much I'll give it a go, and then turned out I really liked it and then just
Yeah.
kept getting jobs from it. It's good.
After all that, how did you end up getting into tattooing? Like when was the moment that you shifted into tattooing or thought you to shift into tattooing? Or...
So I wanted to shift into tattooing forever. Like right out of high school, like a week after graduating, I got offered an apprenticeship back in my hometown and was able to do it for, I want to say...
In Port Mac?
This was in Southwest Rocks. So I'm Crescent Head, but this was Southwest Rocks. And it was like, I'm 32, so I'm of the age where you kind of you didn't have to, but you had to go to uni after school if you wanted to maybe get opportunities, or so I think my parents
we were told.
believed. Yeah, which I don't think is the case. And I don't think it's the case. So I had that opportunity, and I think my parents, only out of love, were like, you should probably get a degree.
Rather than tattooing?
Yeah, and maybe come back to that as like a hobby or something.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you're probably right. Yeah. So then I went and started a degree, which I didn't finish. And then went to art school and then tried to come back into tattooing for like years and years, just sporadically, but found it super difficult. I didn't really know anyone in Sydney in the tattoo industry at all. Like I got tattooed a lot and started building connections, but found it super hard to get my foot in the door. And then, yeah, saw an ad from this cool shop on the Central Coast looking for an apprentice.
That's us, by the way.
Yeah. Looking for an apprentice. And my partner was like, you should do it. And I think I was not jaded, but I was very, I think, realistic. And I was like, I think I'm a little bit older than a lot of the other applicants and I don't live in the Central Coast. I think it's going to be tough for them to maybe say yes to me.
Yeah, but do you sort of think maybe having waited that time and the detour sort of made you come into it a little bit with a bit more of a stronger perspective and a little bit stronger, don't you think?
100%.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that I kind of got veered out of doing it when I was younger. I don't think I would have, not that I don't think I would have taken it as seriously, but I don't think I would have realized what a big, grand opportunity it was.
Yeah.
And I worry that I would have maybe just kind of, I don't know, squandered it or not done it properly and just.
Yeah. And maybe the time helps you to commit to the heavy commitment levels, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because like even with your apprenticeship, you definitely smashed it a lot quicker, probably because you had so much experience behind you and you were ready to go.
Yeah.
With all the, experience. Like even when it comes down to art and understanding colour theory and all that sort of stuff, you already had that. Whereas some people when they come, not that you can't come straight out of school, but people that come into it straight after school, they haven't had that experience. So it takes them a lot longer to get to that final stage, whereas you were there pretty quickly.
I couldn't imagine how hard it would have been trying to learn like the fundamentals of tattooing on top of the fundamentals of art, because I think that they're both so intensive and there's so much to them that I'm like, that would have been really hard. So I'm really glad that, years ago I kind of got one down and I've covered that. And
well, now you even have the senior artists still picking your brain for color theory. What styles of tattoos are you most drawn to doing right now?
I think at the moment I've been researching a lot about like traditional fine line because I think it's a really cool mix of what I like. I like the classic kind of motifs of traditional art, but I do like to work a little bit daintier and with more detail that's appropriate for tattooing. So I like being able to mix those two. But overall, like faces, bodies, pin-ups, women, my favorite thing to tattoo ever. Like I think anything figurative is.
What is it about pin-ups that you think speaks to you so creatively?
See, that one's kind of hard to answer because it's more of a feeling. I've always loved like pin-ups and that kind of like old school traditional like golden era of Hollywood and like the beautiful women like put together so perfectly because I don't think that I'm
so you're sort of drawing like if you could be a pinup, you're sort of drawing like how you
I just think they have so much confidence and so much like sass and they're so cheeky and just they exude this kind of fun like excitement that I really like, because I think that in my own personal life I'm a little bit subdued and nervous.
You're like living through your character that you draw.
I just think they're like, I think they're cool.
And then do you think you do that with your little people too, your little cuties? So then you're like living through them too?
Yeah, 100%.
If I was a kid, this is what I'd look like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are there any artists or experiences that have really shaped your style and approach?
Experiences? I mean, going to art school, it can't not shape your experience because it's such a long process and you're there for, 4 years and you're surrounded by creatives who are doing it day in and day out. Like it's a 5-day-a-week long thing. So it's hard not to get, kind of
inspired.
Inspired by them.
And feed off one another.
Yeah. In saying that though, I think that even if you're surrounded by a certain type of art or creativity, you're always going to go back to the things that you were drawn to originally, which again for me was the pinups and like the beautiful women and like allegorical painting, stuff like that. When it comes to like artists, yeah, so many. Like I love like anything Renaissance. I absolutely love like the kind of classics like Frida and Vincent van Gogh. Incredible. But always tattooists have, I think, astounded me with how they can jump from style to style so effortlessly and just so quickly. It's mind-blowing. Like that I've always wanted to be like. I think it's just such a cool, creative like muscle.
To be able to do all different styles. Yeah.
Like be a Jack or a Jill of all trades. I think that I'm in that zone.
Yeah.
Really. Like there's no one style that I think
still trying to make sure that you're mastering all of them.
Yeah. And even now there's so many like mostly I would say female tattooists in like even just in Australia. There's so many, even just in Sydney, like an hour away, that are so incredible and that have been like my inspirations personally for years. And now that I'm in that industry, like I've been able to like message them and talk to them on a bit more of a, I don't know,
you feel more confident to hit them up.
Yeah, it's wild. It's so cool.
I think that's something that like a lot of people don't realize, like that aren't in the industry or aren't even into tattooers or aren't even into tattoos, that they don't realize that some tattooers are just incredible artists. Like even how we do all the art shows and things like that, there's a difference between the way they tattoo to the paintings that they can do and all that sort of stuff. Whereas people just think if they have never had tattoos or they still don't really like the idea of tattoos or something like that, they just imagine it in that old school bikey sort of thing. They're just slapped on. Anybody can be a tattoo artist, whereas there's so much behind it, and then they don't realize that they're incredible artists or painters or stuff like that.
Yeah, 100%. Like there's a few artists that I like that have come from a fine arts background, like oil painting kind of stuff, and they've transferred that into tattooing. And I think you can really see it. You can see that kind of creativity and those like fundamentals playing a role in tattooing, which is really cool. Like I definitely don't think that it's a necessity, but it's definitely a cool thing to see.
If you're ever feeling stuck and uninspired, what usually gets you out of your rut?
Nature, definitely, 100%. I think that's just anything in life. If I'm not feeling super great, like emotionally, physically, creatively, anything, just it's a little bit of nature, just even like a walk outside. Other than that, I find just taking a step back and not purposefully looking at tattoos or art for the sake of thinking about tattoos is good as well, like kind of removing yourself a little bit and just accepting what comes your way, and just taking it for what it is rather than being like, oh, I could turn that into flash or I could turn that and tweak it into a tattoo. I think, sometimes it can be a little bit limiting thinking about things as a tattoo, but also like going to galleries, I think is like such good like research and
inspo.
So because like especially like the Gosford Regional Gallery, so freaking good.
Yeah, you love that place.
Dude, I'm number one fan.
Yeah.
Love it. Shout out, sponsor me. So good. They have like 3 gallery spaces. It's incredible. I think seeing other people's work, like I said, not in a specifically a can this be tattooed light or a tattoo lens, I think is a good idea because it's nice to get creatively, I don't know, invigorated.
Speaking of needing to get creative, you just did this huge painting for the Made to Suit, so that was massive. Let's talk about the process for that.
Oh, God,
let's tell everybody what Made to Suit is first.
So Made to Suit is an exhibition put on by 2 tattooists, I think both now based in Brisbane, where 30 to 60 tattooists will be selected to make a piece of artwork. And the only rule is basically you just have to make a bodysuit, whether it be for the purpose of tattooing or just incorporating the body or painting a landscape over it. And you can see maybe the hint of a leg, but they send out a custom piece of paper that's like 2 meters by 1.5 meters with the outline of either a male or female figure on it.
Full size.
Full size, yeah, like taller than me, like massive. And you have 5-6 months to get it done. It didn't feel like that at all.
Yeah, did you end up calculating it?
I tried and I stopped. It got too much. I got up to like 100 hours and I stopped. Like by the end of it, I was in so much mental pain with it and just I wanted it gone out of my life. But that I think would be like I'm to blame for that. I think that in my head, I thought that I organized it really well and prepared for it really well. But I didn't. I think I would have changed a lot of things.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I think you smashed it.
Yeah. Thank you. It was very humbling. I learned a lot.
Do you feel relieved now you've finished and sent it off?
Yeah. My God.
When's the exhibition?
So it opens July, I think 15th and 16th.
As well?
It's at the expo as well. I think the exhibition's up in I can't remember where, in Brisbane. And then it flies down to Town Hall for, the tattoo convention. Yeah. Which will be cool. And I think by then I'll have had enough like space from it that I might like it again. But right now...
Yeah, you haven't seen it for a while, so you might walk in and go, wow, this is amazing.
Yeah.
I nailed it.
Yeah. Oh, but
are they up for sale?
Yeah, they are. Yeah. I think they're like the originals are for sale and they've framed them. Oh my God. And so they've started sending like through the group chat, like them getting framed and they look so freaking good. And this is the biggest one they've done in their 3 years that they've had. So it's like 60 artists in it, which is cool and scary as well because it's like you're exhibiting with like your peers and or heroes and it's intense. But yeah, I'd recommend it genuinely. It's you learn a lot.
Yeah, it's amazing. I can't wait to see it in the frame and everything like that.
Yeah.
All right. Next question. Any client tattoo stories or tattoo sessions that have really stayed with you?
Off the top of my head, I always think that the ones that stay with me are not necessarily, like not necessarily like the person themselves, but it's how they make you feel during the appointment. Like it's much more of a vibe thing. And I always think that if I leave having done a tattoo and I feel rejuvenated and I feel more awake and excited, I'm like, that was really good. That was really nice. I always think it's just down to the vibe in general.
Do you reckon that those are the moments that make you realize how much you love doing it, tattooing?
Yeah. Like even when you do, even when you have an appointment and you're like, I feel drained and that was really hard, it's still good. But those ones in particular, are amazing because I wouldn't consider myself a very social person. I find social things really, really hard and they make my chest tight and I don't think I'm super great at them. So it's nice to be able to leave like hanging out with a person and leave feeling like good and excited and like energized because it's very cool.
Even how you just said like in a social environment you feel like anxious and stuff. Do you find that when you're one-on-one with a client though that sort of goes away? It's a different kind of experience even though you've never met them before. But one-on-one it's just all that sort of stuff is out the window.
Yeah, it really is. I kind of put it down to I feel like if you're meeting someone like one-on-one in like a social gathering, sometimes I don't really know where I stand. I don't know where the conversation's going to go. I don't know if I should say certain things or how to, I don't know how to really talk with people. But in that setting, it's like, we're in my space. I know where everything is. I know the purpose that this person's here for. I know what I can provide. I know what my role is. And it just feels, I don't know, like the creative thing where it's like a few little boundaries go a long way. Yeah. So it's like, it's like that. Just a few little boundaries. It's nice. It's good.
What have been your proudest achievements as an artist or a tattoo artist so far?
In general, proudest is just that I can make a living off of doing what I love. Yeah, that's I think, there's not one particular moment, but it's just in general. Sometimes when you go home and you're like making dinner and it kind of hits you and you're like, oh, holy shit. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is what I wanted to do when I was a kid and I'm doing it. It's
Yeah.
really cool.
And it takes guts. Is there ever
Yeah.
been a moment that you've almost given up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My God, so many. Not necessarily with tattooing. There was definitely a few moments where I almost gave up looking to get into tattooing because it was just an uphill slog for a long time.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's definitely been a few moments where, and it's mostly,
Self-doubt?
yeah, like inner things rather than environmental things. It's a lot of, self-doubt and kind of like that nagging negative voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and comparison as well, like comparing yourself to other people like your age or younger and
Yeah.
seeing them do things that are, you know, what you consider wildly ahead of where you should be, which I don't
feel like
believe in
everybody
that.
does that. I feel like
Yeah.
I even do that. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But like, yeah, I think the age thing can be a big thing. It's also a pretty intimidating industry, I think. Like I spoke with Lindsay about this last time, and it's like even just walking into a tattoo shop can be pretty daunting, even if you're in the industry. And I think then you've got like how you just said, and then you've got how you just said like the added stress of like, am I too old to be doing it?
Yeah.
And all that sort of stuff. But like, I swear, so many people have started careers when they're older. Like I feel like Oprah and all that sort of stuff.
When she start?
I feel like she was like, didn't she not become like something till she was heaps older? Okay, what's it been like being part of the Black Wolf Collective team?
Well, boss, genuinely amazing.
It'd be weird if you said I hate it.
It's pretty shit.
Now's your moment. Yeah.
Genuinely so good. Like my so when I first started, my mum especially was,
I love your mum.
she's the best. She's so cool. But she was like, how is everyone there? Are they good people?
Or are they scary?
Yeah, kind of
you
pretty much
can tell
asking
me.
that. And I was like, well, Mum, the boss is a woman. She's like, oh, really? That's cool. Oh, that's cool. So Mum kind of vetted it a little bit because I think, you know, her generation still have that kind of,
Yeah.
like,
Definitely.
But it's like, it's been so good. And I think I've mentioned this probably a bunch to various people, but because every single artist here has such wildly different styles and backgrounds in art and creating, it's been like an invaluable resource of just knowledge.
Yeah.
Like I could, you know, be doing any style on the planet and I'd be able to go to someone to ask about it.
Yeah.
Which is so cool. And I think that some shops maybe don't have that opportunity. Like maybe they'll all kind of specialize in a very similar thing. But
that's like, even for me, I love, that's one of the things I love, sitting back and just seeing everybody that works here, even though everybody's in such different age brackets and experience levels and stuff, everybody goes to everybody for something. And I love that.
It's so
There's
cool.
no like egos and no one's like, they're still pick each other's brains on things. Like even for Ollie, he'll pick Reg's brain and he's like, Ollie's been tattooing for 11 years and Reg has only just started, but they pick each other's brains over anything like that.
So cool.
So I love all that.
Yeah, the lack of ego is very, very nice. It's like, it's just a good environment.
What's something about the studio that makes you feel like home? The vibe.
Can I answer the vibe?
Yeah.
It's the vibe.
Yep.
It's the people, like, first and foremost, because I think that it doesn't really matter where we are physically, like whatever space we happen to be in, it's just really nice. Like everyone's got each other's backs. Like we've had a few moments where like maybe something pretty shit has happened to one of the tattooists or, you know, someone's passed and it's really like, obviously it's a really sad thing, but it's nice to see people genuinely really care about people and like offer help and offer assistance like you would a friend. Like I know that there's that whole thing about like workplaces calling each other family and like, but
we can't help it.
It's really nice. It feels professional. It feels like a workplace, but I don't know. It's just
hard for us,
it's
anybody,
nice.
to keep that distance between like professionalism and personal because we're also clicked. We just don't do that.
No, 100%.
How do you go about building trust with clients, especially when it's a really meaningful tattoo?
I was thinking about this the other day and I think I had an answer that was, I don't know if it seems too just blankety, but just being genuine with that person, not coming in with any like, predeterminations or anything, just kind of coming at each client super fresh. Like I have this kind of belief I never ever want anyone who's getting tattooed by me or chooses to be tattooed by me to feel uncomfortable or rushed, like they're a paycheck. That to me is leaves such a gross taste in my mouth. I give people as much time as I feel they need, which, sometimes it works out that I will spend, maybe 2.5 hours with someone for what could be a half an hour tattoo.
Yeah.
But I think overall they then leave that experience feeling a lot better about the outcome. And like I get a lot of people getting their first tattoos or coming in and expressing that they've had kind of bad times at previous shops or had a bad experience getting tattooed by someone, and they just felt like it was really rushed and they were there and just kind of moved around like a mannequin and they weren't listened to or heard. And I think that that's super important. Like I like to tattoo the way that I like to be tattooed.
Yeah.
And so I've kind of learnt through getting tattooed and just, spending time with each client that just giving people time, hearing what they have to say, and also collaborating on the artwork. Never making anyone feel rushed or like it's like a, come on, we got to go, get in, get out.
Yeah, so important.
Just
You're just genuine.
Just
genuinely want them to enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. 100%.
That helps. Is there a dream tattoo request that you wish more people asked for?
Pin-ups.
Yeah.
Pin-ups and faces and cool little ladies.
So everybody needs to ask for pin-ups from Elsa. Have any personal challenges shaped how you approach your creativity or career?
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
Definitely.
Like what?
Like
the same stuff everybody else struggles with.
Yeah.
Go.
It's
Yeah.
like anxiety and depression has always been, I think, the biggest roadblock. Anxiety more so. I think in terms of my creative work, it's definitely the prominent thing, stand out above everything else, that has held me back from opportunities or from doing things or just trying in general.
And where you're at in your mental health shows with your work and what you're doing.
100%. Yeah. Like anytime I've had like a big art block or I've said no to something, it's always
around a terrible time or something like that.
It's just anxiety. And it's not as easy as being like, it's all good, nothing's actually wrong, just breathe through it. Like I wish my body knew that, but it just doesn't. But I think that, I've learnt some coping mechanisms and I've learnt how to navigate it and push back on it a bit. But in saying that, it's still pretty.
And then there's that flip side. Like, do you think that art sort of gives you that release to help with anxiety sometimes as well? Do you know what I mean?
100%. I think it's like, because I'm on the autism spectrum, I find that it is predominantly the way that I like to communicate. Like I'm a very visual person. I like being able to show things visually. I think it's sometimes I don't feel like I'm super eloquent in the way that I speak. I think that
but you can let it all out in the art. Does that make sense?
100%. Because unfortunately I'm not into exercise or sports or doing that kind of stuff. I wish I was, but I'm not. And I think that creativity is the way to go.
Yeah. And what advice would you give to other artists navigating self-doubt or balancing a creative career?
I think that there's so much pressure that you give yourself to constantly put out work and constantly make things and constantly be better than you were. It's a very slippery slope. And I don't think that you as the artist of your own work are the best person to determine or judge whether or not you're improving. It's like, I genuinely think that most creatives do have a bit of blindness when it comes to their own work. They're able to see everyone else's, opportunities and, put out work in such a different light than their own. And especially with, social media and internet and how quickly things are shown to us and on such a large scale, it seems like people are working a lot more than maybe, they actually are. And I think
Definitely.
yeah.
I think even with like Instagram and everything, it's just like the same self-doubt that people have in their image, like, because there's all these, like, for a girl to think that they don't look good enough or whatever because Instagram's fake and false, and then you've got relationships. People want their relationship to look like this person's relationship, but it's on Instagram. It's the same with art.
Yeah.
Like, people do this incredible painting and they make it look so easy, or these incredible tattoos, and their Instagram just looks so happy and simple, but really they've spent months stressing about this painting. It's probably the second version they've done.
Yep.
They've struggled with heaps of self-doubt, and that's the stuff you don't see online.
Yeah. And I guarantee, like, any of those artists as well who maybe you look at the art of and you're like, holy fuck, they're impeccable. They're perfect. I'd put money on it that if you were to ask them, like, you know, about this photo of this artwork, what they think of it, they'd be like,
Absolutely.
could have been better, or this bit was, you know, I didn't intend for this part, or like this, and I wish I'd done this differently. It's everyone's their own biggest critic, and I think comparison definitely is the thief of joy. It's being vindictive against yourself, which is
I feel like everybody,
sad.
No matter what, always struggles with it, but art especially.
Yeah,
like that's a big thing.
Yeah, especially because it's such a physical thing. Like there's a physical representation of what you've done and what you've produced, and you can, like, I think that everyone can be an art critic essentially, but people can look at a piece and know immediately if they like it or not, and that's a very soul-bearing
and then you're also doing
thing.
that on someone's skin for the rest of their life, so that's scary.
Yeah.
But
Someone actually asked me that, I think, like 3 or 4 days ago when I was tattooing them. They're like, do you still get nervous? I was like, I don't think so. And they're like, I would be terrified because you're putting this.
You should be.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, no, like, you're putting this on and it's going to be on me forever. Forever.
Oh, great. Now I am nervous. Yeah.
And I was like, I hadn't thought about it in a while, but yeah, it's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Like it's.
Got anything exciting coming up that we can plug or highlight?
Bloody art classes.
Yes.
I'm so pumped. I used to do a lot of life modeling and like drawing teaching, and I'm so excited to do it again.
I'm so excited for you to do it again.
Dude, I think it's like, I'm such a strong believer, and I think like life drawing is the foundation for any art practice. It's genuinely a must.
Yeah.
Like not a
I'm so excited for them.
I'm so pumped.
I'm excited to do your art class.
I'm
so excited to do the art class. Yes. What are we going to learn?
Oh my God, everything. No, I'd say I'm a big believer in the fundamentals of drawing and draftsmanship.
Yes.
So a lot of that kind of stuff. Again, coming at it from like a fine arts background, I feel like I'm a little bit.
Yeah.
I like the fundamentals. I believe in them. I think that they're perfect, really. And I
can't wait.
I think they're the best. And I think if you can master those, or not even master them, if you can understand them, you can pretty much take that and run and do like anything, any creative pursuit. I think it's it's exciting.
Can't wait to do
nice
our
to have a
classes.
community too. I love it. It's so cool.
Yeah, and I think you've already got heaps of your own clients that are like, when we do those little stories, like, who's interested in art classes? I think heaps of your clients are going to be excited.
'Cause I think a lot of people who get tattooed as well are creatives themselves.
Yeah.
Like so many of my clients have like shown me either their art in whatever form that takes, like if it's like patchwork or knitting or drawing or painting or music, like everyone has this kind of creative thing that drives them. And especially for choosing to get art on you, I think you probably have that in you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's so cool.
Any fun facts or weird childhood stories that people might want to know about you?
I don't know if they'd want to know about it.
Yes, Elsa was wanted to be a magician
so badly. It was my dream. It's like when I was I reckon from like 6 till 10. That's what I was going to be.
Did you used to practice magic tricks all the time?
Yeah, I used to.
Can you still do them?
Okay, so I brought a little magic trick to work like 3 or 4 months ago to like do it, and I think it went well. But my hands were shaking, and I was like, I could never do this in real life. It's terrifying. So I can do a few, but not well. But yeah, I used to put on I'd set up a little fold-out table at the front of my house, and like Crescent Head's got like a population of 600. There's not much foot traffic there.
Yeah.
And I'd set up a little thing, and it would be like a 20-cent donation to come and see the show. And so I'd have
So
maybe like
fun.
one person an
Yeah.
hour kind of
Yeah.
walk past and be like, oh, yeah, okay. And then
Yeah.
I'd put on my show, and my brother would help me. And
And as a kid,
really
you think
cool.
you're nailing it too.
Oh, dude.
Like, and they're just these like adults, like, oh, this little cutie.
Yeah.
Man, I used to make birthday cards and picture frames and stuff and sell them on the street down at Terrigal when I was a kid.
so
And my dad
cute.
would set us up a little table and we'd sell them. And I just remember people buying them. They were like 20 cents a card or something.
Yeah.
And I remember them being like, oh my God, I love this. And now I'm older. I'm like, they so would have like just chucked it. They're definitely not giving it. But in my mind, I'm like, yeah. I was like this little businesswoman.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they bought my cards.
So
yes, they love it.
cute.
I've got to design some more. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
It's
how
like,
funny.
I really love when parents like do that for their kids as well. Like,
Yeah.
encourage them in that kind of way. Like, I remember I did my first art show when I was like 12, and it was in my hometown. And I put in this painting of like, it was a black silhouette tree against a moon and like a dark blue sky and like a red desert. And I like, it was shithouse, but I was like, this is phenomenal. I put it up, and I remember like going to the opening, and there was genuinely great artwork there. And I got to mine, and it had a little red sticker on it, and I was like, holy shit, it's been sold. And I was like, oh my God. And then we got home, and then the next day it showed up in the house, and like my dad had bought it.
Cute.
And like I wasn't even being like, oh, I didn't actually sell it. I was just like, oh my, like it was so good that
in an art show.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's like, he had to buy it before other people did, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
And it was so cool. And he still has it, and I see it every time I go back home. I'm like,
So
oh.
cute. So here are your questions. Okay. Does it annoy you if your clients get tattooed by other tattooists?
No. No.
Yes.
That's weird. No way. My God. I encourage it. I think getting tattooed by people that you like love the work of is such a gift. Like, dude, it's your body. Get whatever you like.
Yes.
It's also exciting when I see like a client of mine come in and they're getting tattooed by like Gabe or Lindsay or Ollie or anyone. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, I'm excited for you, because it's like, you know how good it's going to be.
They're collecting.
Yeah, exactly.
What about favorite tattoo you've ever done? Do you have one?
Oh, not a favorite, not an absolute favorite, but I did one of Oren Ishii from Kill Bill. That just felt nice doing it. The client was amazing. Everything worked out. It was just one of those like perfect combinations of everything where it just felt
stand
good.
out.
Yeah, that was really fun.
Yep.
But honestly, any tattoo is good tattoo. Let's love doing it.
What tattoo are you getting next?
I really want to get a magpie. I've been wanting a magpie forever.
Do you not have a magpie?
I don't.
No?
I have pigeons.
Oh, that's what it is.
I want a magpie.
Yeah.
Or I really would like to get a cow done in like Japanese traditional style, like a really weird looking dairy cow.
Weren't you recently talking about that one?
Yeah, I want Ollie to do it.
Yeah. Get that.
I think it'd be really cute.
Yeah. What styles of tattoos do you want to do more of? I know you said pin-ups, but what like if people were to come in and get more stuff that you want to do more of, what do you want to do more of?
I'd really like to do some more like soft grey work, again, fine line traditional kind of stuff, things with a little bit more detail. It doesn't have to be super massive, but things that I can really, tweak and go a bit crazy on. Yeah. But yeah, a lot of soft grays. That'd be
cool.
nice.
Last question. How do you come up with flash? That's a roundabout.
Yeah. I mean, so many ways. I have like a big continuous note on my phone for any time I come up with a flash idea or I see something out in the wild where I'm like, ooh, that could be cool. So I've got like my constant list going. Otherwise, I'll see like another tattoo artist doing something and I'm like, oh, that looks like fun, and maybe I want to do my own twist on it, or God, I don't know. You just do.
Yeah.
You just do.
Do you feel more pressure if someone's like, you design it, like I don't care what you do, or do you like prefer that?
Depends who it's coming from, maybe. Sometimes I find it hard if someone says, do whatever you like, but I don't have much information on them as a person in terms of like their likes or dislikes or what kind of, what their vibe is. It's a lot easier when I know the person or I know the client to do that. I feel a lot more confident. I automatically know, the boundaries there and I know what you're going to like. But yeah, I do love when people come to me with an idea that, in the realm of things that I'm, that I feel very confident in, like pin-ups or girl faces or stuff like that.
Now, let's just finish it with, if anybody was thinking about getting into the tattoo industry and doing an apprenticeship, what advice would you give them?
I would say having like a positive outlook, persistence and enthusiasm is probably what's going to take you further than raw talent or your understanding of art. I think being enthusiastic first and foremost is just in life and in general the thing that's carried me the furthest, just being genuinely excited to try new things and do things and take on tasks that I, normally wouldn't.
And being open to it.
Yeah.
Whatever's come at you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And just being being a bit flexible and malleable and understanding that you're there to learn and not coming into it being like, I know everything already.
Yeah.
Just, being open to accepting creative criticism as well, because you can't avoid it. It will come and it's for the best. Yeah. And it's for the best. And no one tells you anything, in a mean-spirited way or in a way to put you down. It genuinely comes from a place of wanting to see you grow and wanting to see you get better. Unless they're a dick, but I haven't met that yet. So, but I think being able to accept criticism and know that it's not a diss at you, it's how you grow.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, Els, thank you so much for sharing all this today. You've got such a grounded but wildly creative perspective on things, and it's so inspiring to see how you've carved your own path, babe. So I'm proud of you.
God, thank you.
All right, if you want to see more of Elsa's work or find out about any of her upcoming projects or her art classes, everything will be in the show notes and the captions and her tags. So thanks again for coming on, and definitely go check her out if you haven't.